This is Greg Troutwine with Marine Technology TV, and we're very pleased to be joined today by Nat Spencer, the COO, Kraken, to discuss the advances being made today in battery technology. So, Nat, to start us off, can you just give a brief career bio with insights on your current responsibilities at Kraken?
Sure. My current responsibilities are I look after the operations of the business. So we've got a couple different business lines. We have our SaaS business lines, where our sonar business, our legacy Kraken business. We've got um, batteries, which we have had since about 2016. And then we also have a services business that was how I became part of the business, which was a company called Pangeo Subsea, which was an acquisition that
Mhm.
completed in 2021 or so, July, I think. So my background is I'm a bit of a mutt. I am a lawyer by trade. I had a stint in a small business that we ended up selling down into oil and gas services down in Houston.
Mhm.
Um, Ended up working at Oceaneering for a while. And then after my term at Oceaneering, which was a varied role. So it was business development, corporate development, some trying to get them into some of the aspects of renewable energy. I left to go work with Pangeo, and originally Pangeo was looking to get into the states, so I had some renewable experience. So they were using me as a conduit. Um, from there, I stepped into operations. I started looking after the actual services business itself at Pangeo, which is where I landed when Kraken came in and acquired them in 21. Um, from there, I took on the kind of the responsibility of looking after the battery business, because it went from a smaller, small production run business to a significantly larger scaled business to where it is now. Um, as of last July, I took over as COO.
Can you give us a by the numbers look at the company? Just something using the metrics of your choice that gives size and scope to the operation.
Yeah, in terms of scope, I mentioned we're really three um, separate product lines. We have our SaaS business, we have our batteries business, and then we have our survey business. By the numbers, we've grown quickly. We're now about 300 people, and we expect to keep adding at a pretty rapid clip. We work across 20 countries at the moment. We've got offices in headquarters is Newfoundland, office in Halifax, office Aberdeen, Scotland, uh, Bremen, Germany, Rostock, Germany, Rio, varying sizes, but and then we have our production facilities in actual in Germany as well as in Newfoundland.
Can you give an overview just of the SeaPower lineup today?
Sure. I mean, our SeaPower batteries. Uh, it's an interesting time. It's grown up very quickly, and it's really been driven by the defense sector getting into the business. It, as old as the AUVs are and the use of batteries, really the commercial sector wasn't creating a market that was kind of, I guess, what you would say, ready for prime time. There just weren't enough batteries going into this niche market to actually, ferret out issues that you've seen over time. So people were pumping out 20 batteries here, 15 batteries here, and that would be, what the factory would be required to do for the year. That has changed now, orders of magnitude. You used to be excited about a 20 battery order. Now you're hoping that it's 200, 300, 400 coming in. So the scaling has been immense. It's been quick. Our batteries are pressure tolerant batteries. So what that, the packet itself is taking the weight of the ocean's pressure. They're silicone encapsulated. And what that does for us is it makes a lighter, significantly more energy dense battery. So we typically see um, we'll see either range or power consumption capabilities, between 20 to 50% more than our competitors, depending on what people want to do with them. So that either translates into you either get more range or you get to use more stuff at the same time. And that's really what people come to us for at this point, is that if you want your vehicle to run either extra 1,000 kilometers or you want to run 4 or 5 different sensors at the same time, we give you that option without degrading the actual, the either duration or the quality of the survey.
But when you look at the SeaPower line, you've already clicked off some of the things that are absolutely an advantage for your clients. But when you look at it holistically, what do you think are the key characteristics that really set SeaPower apart from others in the field?
Oh, the key characteristics are it is purely the energy density. We are just so much more effective in our ability to store power and give you a duration or the number of sensors that you want. It's between it's between 20 and 46% more effective than the competition. That's why you come to us in a nutshell.
All right, so you have a more power dense power pack. What specifically are the advantages for the users and ultimately the owners of the UUVs?
So the specific, if you think of any UUV, you have a confined space. So in that confined space, whether it's shallow or deep, you need to put as much power as possible. So our batteries are typically either the same or slightly smaller. So you gain space, and the energy that we produce is, as I was saying, it's between 20 and 50% more effective than the competition. So not only do you have more power just on a packet base, you also have a decreased size. And in addition to that, because you don't have the oil compensation and the um, you don't have all the actual pressure housing, so the weight is less. So you have a threefold advantage. Essentially, you have more power, smaller size, and lighter. So all that equates to your power does not drain as quickly as it would in other circumstances.
So Nat, I appreciate the background on all the batteries, and I know you really can't talk about how your clients are using them. I know it's very proprietary, whether it's military, whether it's commercial, whether it's even science. I know the proprietary nature, but when you look at how people are using batteries today, and well, not even how they're using them today, how they're seeking to use them in the future, the way in which they're using, whether they're doing more processing of information on the actual vehicle before they send it back. Can you just kind of give us some insight as to, I guess, more accurately, what is driving R&D, investigation and expense at Kraken right now in regards to battery technology?
When you look at what's driving it fundamentally, it is the military and defense markets. It is how do I go further? How do I have more capability? And how much energy can you pack into that space that we have allocated to the battery packs? Um, in that same vein, you're also seeing a rapid increase in size of the vehicles. Previously you saw the commercial survey AUVs, and those were huge when you stood next to them. It was 30 feet long. Um, Now you look at what is driving the need for power, and it's the size of a city bus.
Mhm.
So all of the internal capability that goes with it, whether it's on the vehicle processing, whether it's new sonars that were not previously available, whether they are whether it's going to recharge offshore, all things that we never thought of in the commercial market, or it wasn't that we didn't think of it, just wasn't necessary at that point. That's really that is driving the need to get as much energy into the power pack as possible.